Good morning. Welcome to Awaken Atlanta. Shannon McVeigh, Tim Ray. We are going to go back to our body language. We're going to talk about the energy of it because we have a metaphysician on. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I do. Beyond being a physician.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
And well, Ursula.
You just said it in layman's terms.
So, Ursula, welcome. One of my favorite human beings out there in the world.
Ursula.
Hi, you guys. I'm so excited to be with you.
Good morning. I was saying earlier, you did something with me because we were talking about energy and healing and everything. And I'm like, yeah, but you got to do the work. What you did with me, and I want you to explain it to people, it really worked. Was that considered? That was not considered Reiki, right? Because that was going.
Pranic Healing?
It's pranic healing. Reiki is another form of energy healing, and it's great because they've done a lot of work to open the doors to hospitals and mass consciousness. People hear Reiki and they're like, "Oh, Reiki energy healing," and that's my cat.
Oh my God! Let's see it. Let's see. Pick him up.
How cute!
Pick him up.
So what is?
He was saying mom. He was saying mom. I heard him say mom.
Mom, honey.
Oh wow! Look how handsome.
Oh,
she hears me talking and she wants to be a part of the conversation. She's a healing cat. So
I love that.
She actually lays on people's body parts that are sick that they don't know or I don't know. And then we find out like, whatever. So either emotionally or physically. So animals are way intuitive.
Yes.
And they understand energy beyond us because they don't have all this head stuff going on and all these illusions and disillusions.
Right. So is that what pranic, am I saying it right, pranic or pranic healing is?
Right. Either one of those you could say, because we also, besides Reiki, we also know the word chi. And chi means life force energy. Prana is the Asian word for chi. And chi is the Asian word, and prana is from India. And in America, we say life force energy.
But by the way, Eli says, Sammy. That must be the name of your cat.
Yeah, that's Samantha. That's right.
So can you walk us through like a session on how you help people and what it does for them in the long run?
Yeah, I'll explain what it is because pranic healing, have you ever been near somebody and you're like, ooh, they give me the creeps? Okay, that's energy. No. or you're with somebody new that you're meeting and you're like, wow, that's a lovely person. Or someone says, well, what did you like about them? I don't know. I just like their energy.
Yeah.
Right. So that's prana. Now the 6 foot distancing is very interesting because we all have an aura. And if you talk to a scientist, he'll say a bioplasmic energy field. And basically, it's our energy, and they're starting to measure it now. So our energy, our aura, goes out 3 feet. So if I'm at 3 feet and somebody else is at 3 feet, guess what? We're 6 feet apart from each other.
Wow.
So how sick is that? They knew to at least go 6 feet so we could not feel each other's energy.
Right.
God, these sick Satanists, there's nothing that they won't put into play. I'll tell you what. Anyway, I digress.
Okay, so you and Tim, Shannon, you and Tim are in each other's energy right now. So you guys are exchanging energy. And we talk about personal space here in America, and that's being in our energy field or being each other's energy. Now, if you don't like somebody, you can also pull your energy in so you don't feel their energy.
Oh, I need to learn how to master that one.
Oh,
Shannon's energy is everywhere and everybody.
I'm like, take it. Here I am.
But that's interesting. So can you read so from their energy, you could read what they're thinking, behavior, or whatever, right? Just from like energy.
Right. Just like body language, if you understand the science of body language, when we understand pranic healing, I can scan somebody. So we call it scanning. So I can go in and in Master Choa's work. So let me finish with Reiki and energy healing. So Reiki is one form of energy healing, but pranic healing was created by Master Cho Koksui. He was a chemical engineer. And not chop suey.
Right.
I'm so hungry. Stop talking about food.
Good. I'm good, Ursula.
He's from China and was raised in the Philippines. He was sickly, and the medical industry, of course, couldn't figure out what was wrong with him and he's a genius. So he's like, I'll figure it out myself. So he went and started studying. He said, logically, everything is energy. So surely there must be an energetic answer to my sickness. Mm-hmm. So he studied and studied and studied, years of studying, did all kinds of experiments. And he woo energy, right? Energy is woo to everybody until you understand it. So when you have a chemical engineer, they're not woo. Have you talked to any engineers?
Right.
They're not woo. So the chemical engineer put together this whole modality to make it safe, because if you play with energy, it's like playing with electricity, right? If you change your socket and you think you know what you're doing, but you forget to turn the main off.
Right.
So it can be dangerous, but he teaches it in a way that it's safe for everybody. So back to the answer, I can scan somebody's crown chakra and I can tell if they don't believe in God, they don't have any spiritual connection, they'll have a really strong, shrunken crown chakra.
Wow.
But somebody who has good faith, they're kind, they're loving, the crown chakra real big. Somebody who has an ajna,
I got a big crown chakra.
So I bet bad people though can sense that big chakra, and that's why they go after like empaths, like narcissists go after empaths and things like that, right? Because they sense it.
They won't. Yes, they sense it. They won't know, but they sense it. So you can see. So the darkness can use this energy just like the light because it's laws and principles, right? So physics, metaphysics. Physics is laws and principles of the physical world. Metaphysics is the laws and principles beyond the physical world, right? So when you say they sense it, you can read. So the bad guys can read energy just like the good guys. So you better know how to read energy so you know what's going on. So say an ajna is somebody who's very willful. So you see back to body language, you'll see people and they walk and their head is in front of their body, right? Have you ever seen that in a profile?
Okay, yeah.
Look around now when you if you ever see people again in real life, you can see their head is further in front of their body. But they also have an ajna, and their ajna, they're willing their life through their world. They're willing.
I walk like that, yeah.
Yeah, they walk like that, but their ajna, you could scan their ajna and you're like, oh, calm down. You don't have to be so forceful. More trust would calm you down.
Right. Throat
chakra. Both of you guys are public speakers. So somebody who is a public speaker, they'll have a very large throat chakra. And somebody who does not speak their truth, somebody who's in
they get thyroid cancer. Right?
Well, no, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Because the throat chakra, Vishuddha, speaking our truth, is related to our thyroid, our parathyroid, the glands in here. So it's, kind of like, oh, of course that's there. Resentment, now going through another teaching, the Louise Hayes world, resentment and cancer go together. So can you see that somebody who's closing their ability to speak, who has a very small, weak throat chakra, would also have resentment. I never get to speak my truth. They never let me talk. Of course. So Shannon, look at you. Heart chakra. What do you think? Who has a big heart chakra?
Are you saying I do, or are you saying I don't?
No, I'm
Shannon looking at you. I got nervous. I got on the spot.
You do have a big heart chakra.
He does. And so do you, Tim, because you're humanitarian. Right? So even though you're like raw around everything.
Alpha, he's still.
I'm a teddy bear inside. I see my bark's worse than my bite.
You're a good man.
Exactly. So both of you have very large heart chakras. Solar plexus is where we carry our emotion. In Pranic Healing, we call it the emotional clearinghouse. So, someone says, oh, I got punched in the gut when he said that, that kind of thing. But people who have nervous stomach, the indigestion, acid reflux, all of that stuff.
I have it so bad right now, pregnant. Is it because of what you're saying, or is it because of pregnancy?
I think I have gut issues like Shannon does. We have a lot of similar problems.
What would you say to us?
You're both passionate and emotional.
Dang it.
Right?
So it's always going to have Alka-Seltzer then, forever.
Or take the Pranic Healing class and learn how to heal yourself.
Yes, that's what we need to do.
My son's in your class.
Yes, and he does great. And your son is beautiful because he's a sensitive person.
Yes.
So he can really sense everything anyway. He's probably very empathic.
By the way, we're not talking about Tommy.
You're not?
We're talking about Johnny. Tommy's not sensitive.
Yeah. So people who are sensitive, they tend to be empathic and they can feel everything in everybody. And the world is quite overwhelming.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You know what I realized more than ever? I'll tell you real quick. My daughter, Winnie, who's 6 years old, we were in Florida.
Dude, doesn't wear a mask. Only one kid in her school doesn't wear a mask, by the way. I love her
I'm
for
so
that.
proud of her.
Me too.
But we walked into this restaurant called the Boathouse, and it was later. It was about 6:30, so it was dark, and there was a live band. A lot of people were drinking. And of course, I was with my girlfriends and my daughter, Winnie, and my daughter goes, Mama, I don't feel safe here. I don't like it here. And I'm like, and she goes, would you ever get rid of me? And that broke my heart. I'm like, why would you think that? Like, why? And it like upset me so bad. Why on earth would you ever think that? And then my girlfriend looked at me and she goes, Shannon, she's an empath. And I'm like, she picked up on the energy of the bar.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's crazy. I do have a question because you were talking about sicknesses.
In case you finish the solar plexus, what's below the solar plexus?
Okay.
Below the solar plexus is the navel. So that's kind of like a secret chakra. But basically what it's doing is it's our holding. If you go to other traditions, martial arts specifically, it holds our power.
That's our sexual power?
No,
because it's connected to my baby right now. Think about it, the navel, right? The umbilical cord.
Right. That's right. So it's power, right?
Yeah.
Because that you're creating a life in there. You're creating a life in there. So it's our power center, but then physically, of course, it goes with all the intestines. In pranic healing, now that you brought up that, Tim, there's 11 chakras compared to the traditional 7.
Did you know that? Wow.
Yeah, above your head, right?
Well, 11. So there's the navel chakra. After that, there's the sex chakra. They have one whole chakra dedicated to sex, bladder, and, our leg.
Can you fix that chakra for me before I go into labor, by the we? I'm just saying, so I have an easy labor. Just throwing it out there.
Move it around a little bit.
Do some kind of energy work on me down there.
Again, because even in pranic healing, we have a book, and it has protocols. So just like recipes. So I do pre and post surgery all the time.
Okay.
And get amazing. Like the doctors are like, I don't know how you're recovering so quickly. This is amazing. Oh, and here I have a friend and I'm like, please take this class. You're going to love this class. And he's like, I have to go my blood pressure is high and I have to go to the doctors. And I'm like, sit down a minute.
Yeah.
Take your blood pressure right now. So he took it. Here we go. And it was 158/99. I did a 10-minute healing and worked on his Ming Ming chakra, which is the one that's connected to blood pressure. It went down to 143/82.
Wow. Jeez.
In 10 minutes.
Wow.
And then pranic healing has a lag effect. First you work on the energy body and then it kind of like percolates into the physical body. So it's called lag effect. Then an hour and a half later, he did it because I told him, wait for it. And it went down to 133/80.
Jeez.
From 158 to 133.
Wow.
That's phenomenal.
Can I ask my question yet?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is like really important. So you touched upon sicknesses and the energy work we need to do because sicknesses is energy, okay? So what I'm seeing in my mind is a lot of it is tied back to trauma from childhood or things like that. But if everything's energy, do we actually pick up our parents' energy when we're in the womb and before that? And can you talk about that? Because how do we heal from things we just don't know?
Yes, for sure.
I mean, our parents screwed us up enough in the lifetime. Now we have to deal with people that never
right, like
even
7
known.
ancestors back. Come on.
But Tim, where do you think they got it from?
Yeah, I know. They can't help it.
Right.
So, but
we just keep inheriting it.
How do we heal from things like that?
I'll tell you exactly, because everything is energy. So when we change our negativity into positive energy, we're doing that on behalf of everybody. So the Master Choa, he's so brilliant. He made a meditation called the Twin Hearts. It's called the Planetary Meditation for Peace, but everybody just calls it Twin Hearts Meditation. And I've been doing it every Tuesday in group since 2008.
Wow.
Okay. Weekly. And this energy blesses the planet with loving kindness. And they use the prayer of St. Francis. Shannon, you probably know that prayer. Make me a channel of peace. Wherever there's hatred, let me sow love. So basically, all the grievances that we carry because of our ancestors and our upbringing in the world, we're saying, you know what? I love you. Waves of sweetness, waves of night, love, all of that. So as we do that, the energy is coming in through our crown chakra, cleaning out our whole body, right? Get rid of that resentment, get rid of that grudge, melt this down, reduce the insecurity, the fear, the trauma, all of that. Melt it down, nice and smooth, in order to make our hearts bigger so we can bless the planet and everybody on it.
This is why you're so stunning. If you guys have seen Ursula in real life, she takes your breath away with her beauty. That's why, because you are just the unconditional love. Listen to you, just saying for the planet, blessing the planet, doing love. Like, thank you on behalf of humanity. Thank you.
And on behalf of all men, thank you.
Oh my God, and then you ruin it.
Ursula, Eli says everyone needs to take Ursula's Pranic Healing class. It's amazing. Every home needs a Pranic healer. Mm-hmm. So you created a Pranic healer in my son, so I have one at my home, right? And,
that's right.
And which was fascinating. We have something coming up in April, don't we? A meeting.
Yes, I have a class in a few weeks. It's coming. It's still in March, and I teach it twice a year.
Okay.
It's a lot of work to put together, and I love doing it. So just always check my websites and my Facebook, and
what are they? What are the websites and the Facebook?
My website, I keep everything super simple. So it's my first and last name, UrsulaLentini.com.
Oh, it's a little Italian ring to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're Sicilian. I have YouTube channel, my name, Facebook, my name, so just look me there.
Awesome, yes, Ursula. Thank you.
You are fantastic, Ursula. Just come over, bring the gang over one of these days and say hello.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah.
Right. Bring Sammy too.
Okay.
No, not with your dogs.
My dogs are hungry.
They'll eat my dogs.
My dogs are hungry.
You
Bring
should
Sammy.
see what the dogs used to do to little Cosmo. Just like,
well, she likes it at home.
They just play.
Yeah.
She and I love peace and quiet.
Yeah.
I hate to say goodbye to her. I just love her so much. Thank you so much, Ursula, for coming on.
Let's have an awkward silence for our listeners right now.
A little quiet too. Thank you, Ursula. Thank you so much. Check her out, guys. Become a Pranic healer, man. Sign up now. Honestly, I have one in my home now. I feel safe and secure.
Shannon, you can take the class. You would love it.
I want to. It definitely spikes my interest. Yeah. For sure, because I need to learn how to manage. Like, I want to heal certain aspects, and of course I can do it. I have the power. Jesus.
Yes.
Listen, you have to, listen. If you took anything like this and organized this energy, you'd probably really save the world at this point.
Yeah. This baby, I promise you, Ursula, she's going to change. She's doing something so spectacular. I can feel her light within my body already. It's insane.
Wow.
No, the children coming in these days are of a higher frequency.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
So is that going to make me higher because I'm getting her energy right now?
No, you're going to have to get your act together nobody's business.
Awesome, Ursula. Thank you so much, guys. Bye. We got to go to a quick break, but when we get back, we have our recap. So we're going to talk about everything we learned.
And what's going on next week is going to blow your mind.
Is learned a word? Look how tired I am and hungry.
We'll be right back.
Oy.